Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite Zionizing Wionizer, white colonizer, coming to you live from the state of Israel. I'm Tal the Traveling Clat. Let's take a look at this clippity clip.
If a student is on your campus right now with a sign that says "No blacks on campus," what will happen to that student?
Representative Fine, I first want to say that
I don't want to hear that. I want you to answer my question. A student on your campus right now walking around campus saying "No blacks on campus," what will happen to that student?
Give it to him, Mr. Fine.
They're just allowed to walk around. Good job. Free speech. We love that. Is that what would happen on your campus?
no,
Okay, good. Would they be invited to go get an education somewhere else, which is what I hope the answer is?
it would be the same as someone who is inappropriately.
Would they
and
be
repugnantly-
kicked out of campus if a student walked around your campus saying "No blacks on campus"? Or would we sit around a drum circle and talk about how great it is? What would happen? Would they be kicked off? Or is that free speech at Haverford College? No blacks on campus.
Representative Fine, there is no room for discrimination or.
But there is room, because at your campus, in front of you, at a protest, students held up a sign saying "No Zionists on campus." They said, and there was no consequence for that, and you were at that event, and it happened on September 30th, 2024. You were there. My second question I'm going to go to, do you believe the Jews are responsible for COVID? Is that some sort of conspiracy that we came up with to go after people? The Jewish students on your campus and professors were responsible for COVID, and it was unleashed on people? Is that what you believe?
Of course it's
Okay,
not.
then why did you say when a terrorist group wanted to have a presentation called "COVID in Times of Genocide," how Israel uses COVID as a tool for settler colonialism in Palestine, your response to that name was that it was thoughtful and considerate? See, we can talk about what other people did. I'm interested in what you did, and in both of these instances, you're the one that did it. So do you think that title, "COVID in Times of Genocide, how Israel uses COVID as a tool for settler colonialism in Palestine," was that thoughtful and considerate? Do you still believe that today?
I did not say that about that title, and I do not believe that today. And Zionists are welcome on our campus. And Zionists are Jews and not Jews. And to go back to your other point, we do not tolerate discrimination against.
Well, then let's get on to that. Since Zionists
individuals.
are welcome on your campus, we will now talk about a professor that is on your campus. And I may actually give some of my time to Mr. Cole on this one, because he talked about equal access to education. You have a professor named Guangtian Ha, and I apologize, who said in August of 2024, the only way to deal with Zionists is to stop talking to them and refuse to let them waste your time. Now, I don't know what Professor Ha teaches, but I would assume there are some students in his class that are actually Zionists. So would it reduce their access to education if their professor publicly says, I should stop talking to Zionists and I should not waste my time on them? How is that acceptable on your campus?
Discrimination of any form is not acceptable.
Okay, so does he still work on your campus? Does he still work there?
Yes, he does.
He does. And he also said something that said, the state of Israel must be dismantled and society denazified. Zionism is Nazism, is fascism. Zionisms are racists. And that's okay. And you can continue to work on your campus when you make those statements. That's okay. Keep the job.
Those statements are repugnant, and I do not defend those statements.
But you do, because here's the last one I'm going to do. You had a graduate student. Let's see if I can find it here. You had a graduate student who, before he was hired, made a statement. Can I find it here? The problem with your place is there's so many. October 7th, 2023, you had a visiting assistant professor write, "October 7th was a beautiful sight to wake up to this morning," end quote. And after this person made this statement, your school offered them another position in June of 2024. Why would you hire someone who says that October 7th was a beautiful sight to wake up to? Why would you hire that person?
I am very sorry that I had someone on the faculty that would espouse those kinds of views.
Good, you can go back and you can fire him.
So to give Miss Wendy Raymond just some benefit of the doubt, I mean, she seems like a soulless monster, but she is kind of admitting wrongdoing, which is more than we've seen from any of these higher ups at any of these universities. I don't know what university this is pertaining to, but I do have to say, I am kind of surprised. Sorry, I see a little bit like a lint on my shirt. I am kind of surprised at the fact that she's admitted to wrongdoing. Like, she's actually openly saying we fucked up, which is more than any of these college professors or university professors or faculty presidents have said. Which is interesting. Does anybody else find that interesting? It's like the first time we've ever seen a case like this where they're actually openly admitting, hey, yeah, we definitely messed up on that one. It's a little bit refreshing, I have to be honest. I'm having a hard time being angry at her. I mean, I'm disappointed at her generally for being a fucking dunce. Like, she looks like an idiot too. I don't know.
If a student is on your campus
I start as the older I get, the less. Look at this woman.
And Zionists are welcome on our campus.
Did she look like somebody you want in charge of a university? I just look. I'm a college dropout. I've been a YouTuber. I traveled around the world for 10 years. It's pretty dope. I learned a lot. I consider myself pretty intelligent, but like, I have a hard time taking these kinds of people seriously and like looking at American universities and schools at the moment, just in general universities and schools at the moment. I am kind of in the Charlie Kirk camp where it's starting to feel like a scam to me. Now, this isn't me saying that university is 100% a scam and a sham for everyone, but I am finding it increasingly harder to take these people seriously. Like, that's the woman who's supposed to be leading the future of American schools and universities today. That woman who answers like, Zionists are welcome on campus. And I'm sorry we offered a promotional job to somebody who said they supported October 7th. I'm really sorry about that's who is supposed to be. That's a person leading the charge on universities in America. That's the person. Sorry, why do I feel more qualified? Sorry, why? Somebody answer me that question. Why do I feel more qualified? I'm a college dropout YouTuber. Why do I feel more qualified? Why do I feel like I would have done a better job? And maybe I'm not seeing the full story. I don't know. You guys give me your thoughts in the comments down below. But if you do want to support the channel right now, subscribe to it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're almost 400,000 subs. We're almost there. Hit us up with a subscribe, with a subscrizzle. We're almost going to get to 500,000. I love you guys a long time. Thanks for supporting me. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, class. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.